All right, was a mistake, wasn't it? Hello, everybody, back again. I thought I was on my Bill Hobart page, but I was actually on my Bill Clairvoyant page. So this is the start again. I apologize for the mix-up. That's where my head's at today. So welcome if you are watching this live, and if you are watching this in the future on my YouTube channel. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel, and also subscribe, or I should say, like all my videos. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome back. Sorry, that was my bad. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading, so it is. Hello, Teresa. Thank you. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Shay. Yeah, I thought I was on Bill Hobart page, and I was on Bill Clairvoyant page. So, hey, Kimberly. How you feeling? Okay?
I don't understand. Hey, say yeah, I thought it was on Bill Hobart's or Pod's Denville Current page song. Hey, Kimberly, how you feeling? Okay? But I could search the web for it.
No. Hi, Laura. How's it going? Veronica. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Yeah. It's interesting because the Mac Air only comes on and does things like that when I'm doing Coaching for the Soul, which is very interesting. Very interesting. So I think I need to do lighting. I'm going to get I don't know, one of those thick round lamps. And I need a studio. I've already decided. I think I need a studio to do Coaching for the Soul in. You know, why not? We're going to set that intention, I'll tell you. So since I made us late, okay, so... Veronica is moving to Spain the end of January, on the 31st. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Yep. Congratulations. That's fabulous. We're going to talk about some things to, okay, so, hello, Emily. How are you, my dear? Happy New Year. Okay, there's lots to talk about, so we got to get started. Okay, so we're going to do a little astrology thing first because I have to. So this week is a very important week for all of us, all right? And this is why. There's going to be a big energy shift on Sunday, all right? Spirit brought me a new astrologer to my YouTube feed Saturday. And this guy is fascinating, but his videos are like an hour and a half long. So I had to break it up into pieces over the weekend, and because I had the fair on Saturday, so it was Sunday and Monday I kind of worked on it, and then I did it again today. I'm gonna do it again after we're done. So no, well maybe. So this is the thing, and I totally get this from this guy. Hey Jody, is that serious joy, Adrian? Like the planet, serious joy. It's pretty amazing. He did the Mercury retrograde, Capricorn Aquarius. That's kind of what it is. That's kind of that's what it involves. So anyway, this today, tomorrow, and Saturday, it's time to set our intention. Okay, it's time to tell the universe who you want to be in the future. And this is why. The sun and Pluto is the planet of change, right? It's been in Capricorn since 2008, all right? Changing my world completely because I'm a different person now, right? All Capricorns have gone through the same transformation. Okay, so the sun and Pluto are going to cross each other on Sunday. This process is going to boost the energy. You're going to feel like you're flying forward and understanding that now's the time to set your intention for that. Who do you want to be in the future? Understanding. Hi, Otis. Understanding, Spirit says. All right? Because he totally confirms this. Understanding that your plan will change. Okay? That your plan will change. Understand this. But setting who you want to be is so important because as we go through the rest of January, you guys, and we are catapulted into different energy, okay? It's places we've never been before as a human being. So we have no ego, meaning we have no remembrance of the past. We have no idea what it's going to be like. We have to do this so that we're projected in the right direction, and we have a sort of understanding about it because we're declaring it. All right? And this is the example that this person used, and it's very, very true. If you want to be an actor and you don't feel like an actor as we move forward, hey, Suze, how can you be an actor? So if you don't set in your mind, and I talked about this last week with Spirit, right? I did on Coaching for the Soul. We have to decide what we want, dream big. Why? Because February the 1st, Jupiter is going to move into intense Pisces and everything's going to manifest. Okay? So understand that this cross of the sun, which is growth, right? Which is life. And Pluto in the last stages of Capricorn, I think it leaves 2024. Okay? And Capricorn is control. It is in everyone's chart, everybody has Capricorn. Okay? So it's about control, controlling our past, controlling our future, controlling our everyday life, control. And as Pluto has totally disconstructed Capricorn since 2008, okay, especially in the last decade, all right? Hey, Josephine, understand that this month, as Spirit has said before, is pivotal. It's going to absolutely send us into the future. But we have to go and think about, who do I want to be? I know who I want to be, right? I know exactly who I want to be. But we all have to have an idea of who we want to be. So that as we go through this process, as we go through this energy shift, as we understand that we don't have to be fearful, because everything, and I'm telling you guys, everything that you want is going to happen in the next 8 years, 10 years. Hey, Shannon. Again, understanding 2022 is the base of our future. Okay? Nothing will be the same as what we've had before. All right? So think about that. I'm 62. So everything that I have dealt with, hey, Stephanie, everything that I've lived in my lifetime, all my memories, good or bad, right, are all going to be in my past. Nothing to stand on, nothing to, right? Understand that, right, guys? Understand that as we go into this new energy, as we move past 2022, which is our foundation year, let's call it. Hi, Karen, right? Let's call it foundation year. Do you remember your foundation year when you came to the earth? I don't. None of us do. What is wonderful, we get to understand that we are building in 2022 our foundation year for the rest of our existence this lifetime and in the future, into fourth and fifth dimension. Spirit has said, clear the decks. Exactly. Veronica, hello, future. Exactly. Clear the decks. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? What do you want to be? Now's the time to decide, to think about it and go, okay, I think I want to do that, that, and that. Okay, understanding that it's going to change. Maybe this much, maybe this much, maybe this much. Maybe not at all. But there's going to be some type of variation thereof, right? That's all this month. Like I talked about, I know, Spirit, like I talked about this whole month in Coaching for the Soul, right? This is a pivotal month. as we get flying towards the future, and without all of the, sure, Spirit wants me to say the BS word, but with all the BS that we have carried thus far, right? Understanding that when we feel it's gone, when we feel that, okay, I feel like I'm moving forward quickly, as we start to feel that, oh my gosh, things are happening and things are coming to me and I'm able to manifest and I'm able to get what I want, what I've always thought who I was, blah, 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 all of it starts to materialize, like Spirit has said for the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So we have to now understand that it's time to decide. No longer can we go, well, maybe I'd like to be this, maybe I'd like to be a pony rider, maybe I'd like to be an hot air balloonist. Well, what do you want to be? In here, what is it? What do you want to be? And you can't just say, well, I'd like to be peaceful and in love, and that's all great, awesome. Left side of my head just lit up. But who do you want to be? Do I want to be a teacher? Do I want to be a clairvoyant, whichever is going to be anyway? Do I want to be just a spiritual-minded person? Do I want to help children? Do I want to do something fantastic for this group of people or for that group of people or whatever? Yeah. Yes, Jamie, pretty great, right? Maybe I'd like to be a pony rider. Exactly. Hey, Susan, I just thought about you a minute ago. We're going to talk about this. Where I'm talking about it now. So I thought about you when Spirit gave me this information today. So I'm going to reiterate this, okay? Because you just popped on. Because Susan, this message is truly in Susan's direction. Understand that this week you have to decide who you're going to be, where you're going to live, Susan, how you're going to get there. Don't worry about it. Understanding now's the time that you set your intention for who you want to be in your future. As your past falls away, as you're moved into fourth dimensional energy deeper and into a non-chaotic existence, Spirit says. Because that will float right into the fifth dimensional energy, which some people, including myself, live in most of the time. And it's a very nice balance till I go outside and then all the craziness ensues. Hi, Allison Strange. How are you? So understand, guys, that that it's super, super important that we pay attention to that. Now, will we be able to do some work next week? Yes. Because, there's always a lean time, right? When it's either before or it's after. Usually it's after. You got like a week, maybe 10 days of energy that's still there. So don't think you're under pressure. Oh my God, I got to make a decision, because you don't. But all of us know in our hearts who we want to be. Even at 62 years old, I know who I want to be, which is fascinating to me. Fascinating. So Kristen just said, just yesterday, we need to make a change. Exactly. Change is scary. It's very scary because change is fear. Change is fear, right? And that's because of ego. Ego does not understand fourth dimensional energy. It's only lived in third dimensional energy. Just third dimensional for 12,000 years. It doesn't understand all this is. Well, what all this is, right? So what we have to be really conscious of is negating that fear by talking out loud to ourselves. By talking out loud is the only time, and calling yourself in third person, by your name, connects to your soul. And soul controls everything, including ego. It can squash it just like that. Bill, stop. Bill, just stop. Stop, Bill, because that's not true. That's not true. That's not going to happen. That's not the way it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen. Whatever you want to say. But when you nip it in the bud, and that also comes around to self-care. Self-care. Because you're going to need to do it. Because you're going to be a little bit fearful. excited, like, oh my God, this is so exciting to me because now I can start to feel and I can see, and the energy is going to build up inside of you. Anticipation, Spirit says. Knowing that it's going to change, but also knowing that the picture might change. A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit up, a little bit down. But he says, but the essence of who you know you want to be is who you're going to end up being. Without all the baggage that came with you this lifetime. What you acquired this lifetime. Keeping your frequency high. You can keep your frequency high by talking to yourself. Doing the self-care. How many times a day do you tell yourself that you love yourself? How many times do you do this to yourself, give yourself a hug, and say, my mother called us honey, okay? All of her kids she called honey. And so I call Bailey honey, and I call Lee honey. Well, not Lee honey anymore, but I'll call myself honey. Okay, so Bill honey, and I'll give myself a hug and say, I love you so much, honey. You are fantastically fabulous. Energy high. My heart goes like this. See? You are, Bill, what you did right there was fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Pat myself on the back. And I love you. How many times has anybody in your world in a day say that they love you? Probably not many. If you got a husband or a wife, you get used to not having to say it because they should know. Yeah. I love Lee, but I don't tell him. Yeah, I know he loves me, but he doesn't tell me. Bailey can't tell me, but I know he does, right? And I tell him all the time how much I love him. I love you, honey, as I pat him and give him kisses, things like that. Yeah. That can sustain us, you guys, I'm telling you. Because then what happens is we teach ourselves how to love, Spirit says. But we can't love anybody until we love ourselves. And it's going to be very, very foreign for us, right? And it can be. For me, it was very awkward. It was very awkward. I'm like, whatever. I don't need that. Please. Me being that guy. Well, guess what? It works. Saying I love you to yourself 10 times a day or more makes a huge difference on keeping your vibration high, your frequency high. Because you just go like this. Your chest comes out and you go, God, I feel so great. This is fantastic. Because you control the narrative, Spirit says. You control the narrative. You control the narrative. Yes, Veronica, Capricorn. No. The narrative in your head, the narrative in your heart, the narrative in your energy, all of it. All of it. Who knew? I wasn't taught that. My mother didn't tell us children that she loved us until 3 months before she died of brain cancer in 1987. I was 27 years old the first time she said, I love you, Bill. Talk about starving. But she wasn't brought up like that. Again, most parents were not. That's why we have to continually tell our children how much we love them. And we have to tell ourselves how much we love ourselves. Chimes. We have to. Because the world we're moving into is about love. It's about love. Less conflict. Less BS. Less everything. Because that's where we're headed. We've been through 2 years, maybe, I would say even more than that. 5 years of turmoil. But the last 2 years, especially hard. Because again, I've talked about this before. Saturn, constriction. Spirit says it like this. He said this to a client the other day. Let's say Jupiter's the man of the house, right? And he wants to spend money and be all boastful and be this big energy and throw the abundance around. And Saturn's the wife, the mom, and goes, oh, no, we're not doing that. And she pulls those energy right down because who runs the family? The female. And Jupiter kind of goes along with it without letting everything out, letting everybody be abundance. Constrict, Spirit says. And that's been 2021, completely. With COVID, with everything else, that's exactly how everybody felt. I know I felt like that big time. But now 2022 being the base year and everything shifting forward, everything catapulting us to our future. Why? Especially starting because Jupiter's already in Pisces. But the big push is the first of February. Start talking. That's why right now we got to decide who you want to be. Where you want to live. Susan, where you want to live. Because it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be wherever you choose to move to, whatever job you expect to have, whatever state you want to live in, or country. It's going to be okay for you, for everybody. So that's why it's so very, very important, you guys, that we are committed, Spirit says, that we're focused on, again, even if it takes you sitting quietly in a room and just, well, Spirit, what do you think? Nothing's coming? Okay, when you're ready, let me know. I'll be ready. But you sit in there for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and just sit. Quietly. Doors locked. Kids are in bed. Whatever. Kids are at school. Whatever it is. Outside playing. Whatever. You have to be able to do that. So, and why is it so important? Because I know. There's going to be enough people, Spirit says, that are catapulted into their future without a plan. Wondering and being okay with, because they don't know. They haven't been alerted yet of what's going on. They can feel the energy, but they don't know what it is. And more people are being, because 2022 is the year of awakening, Spirit says, which is true. More of the mass is being awakened. I know I'm getting calls from people that I've never talked to before through clients and friends of friends saying, you need to talk to Bill. You need to talk to Bill. Because everybody's kind of feeling this energy, this rolling, this thing of, oh my gosh, I don't know what this is. I'm having these vivid dreams, and I'm having these epiphanies, and I'm having these pictures in my head, or I've got all this energy in my heart, and I don't know, and I've never felt like this before. Bingo. So as we move forward into 2022, into February, and for 3.5 months, everything is abundant. Start planning now, guys. Start planning now. What do you want? How do you want it? Without fear. There is no but what if. I'm okay. I'd like to win like $1 million, but if I win like 500,000, I'm okay with that. Oh, F that. Girl, go for the $1 million. If they send you, if they give you 750,000, oh, cool, I'm okay with that. Not really. I'd rather have 3 million or 10 million or 20 million. I know. Spirit says, don't ever settle. You don't have to settle. Because it's not about survival, Spirit says, in the future. It's about life. It's about life. All of our survival BS will be washed away. And the beautiful thing is, all the children that are being born now and in the past decade, maybe decade and a half, they don't have the stuff that we've got. Most of them anyway. Because your soul understood to be born at this time of the energy shift and to be able to let your stuff go in this transformation. See, don't bring it back next time. So you're fully prepared next time you come around, let's say in 21, 22. Everything is different. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I don't know why, but it feels like I've been here before. Of course you have. You were here 100 years ago, or 50 years ago, or 25 years ago, 5 years ago. Because reincarnation, I have learned from Spirit and from things brought to me on YouTube and on Facebook Watch. are all up. We don't have a set time. It all depends upon our soul journey, our soul contract that we signed. Hi, Shelley. We don't know what the contract says at all, which is good and which is bad. Because if we knew, we'd be fearful of the bad things. Or we would be selfish in a negative way of, that's all I get? Oh, why would I come back for that? I know, Spirit. The narrative is everything. The narrative is everything. Understanding that when you love yourself, when you absolutely take the time out of your day to love yourself, it's so important. Now, Spirit gave me this today with a client. This person was struggling to take time out for herself. Spirit said, set your alarm on your phone for every 2 hours. It rings until you make it not ring anymore. The alarm goes off again and again and again until you stop it. You go, okay, that's my alarm. I need to take 5 minutes for myself to love myself. 10 minutes to love myself. You go to the bathroom, you go into your bedroom, if you're in your car, I don't care. But then you set it for another 2 hours. Hi, Anjanette. And you do it again. And you do it again. And I will tell you, that will change your vibration. That will change your frequency right there. It'll make you feel so good, and it will remind yourself how much you love yourself. And then you won't need the phone. You'll automatically do it. But I will tell you, ego's going to be there, baby. That ego's going to be there to self-sabotage. Oh, I'm good. I don't need to do that. And it's your 2 o'clock calling. Oh, trust me. Then you got to go, no, Bill, we're doing these every single time. I'm going to set that alarm for another 2 hours. I'm doing those things for me. Give myself a hug. I love you. Give myself a pat. My mama always used to pat my arms, right? Pat me in the back. What she did. When she was mom. Yeah. Most of the time she wasn't that lady. So understand everything, guys. We're going into an infinite time frame, Spirit says. And he just shows us going through, you know, on Star Trek when they go warp speed and all those lights go by us? That's what Spirit just showed us. He just showed me that. So we're going through warp speed. We're going to be catapulted into our future. And all we see is lights. So if you see those lights, chill. Fascinating. How cool is this? Where am I going to end up at? How cool is that? With no fear, with excitement of, oh my God, what's that going to look like? Maybe you get it in a dream while you're sleeping. Hopefully it's not when you're driving your car or mowing the lawn or whatever it might be. Skiing down a hill. Usually it won't be. But understanding that gives you that opportunity, Spirit says, to make your dream happen. So fascinating. So much energy. As you're going through this tunnel, he says, as the lights are swooping past you, remember who you're going to be. Remember who you're going to be, he says. Remember who you're going to be. He says, so when you come out of this, you have some idea because you've reinforced it on the journey who you're supposed to be. And it can't be, guys, because this is human. It's third dimensional ego. I just want to come out of this with no sadness, with no worry, no, that's not going to work. Because guess what? That's all third dimensional thinking. You're going to go through this tunnel, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to plop out like a rock, and you're not going to be any different. And you're going to go, well, I thought that you've got to have goals. You've got to have a destination, Spirit says. You've got to have an idea of who you want to be as a human. And Spirit says, if they don't know what they want to be, ask. Have a seat, sit down, have it quiet. Okay, Spirit, I don't know who I'm supposed to be when we get there. I need you to help me with this. As you say those words, it engages them to come down and help you. It's their job to enlighten you. But 2022 is not only the base year for our future, it's also the enlightenment year. More and more people are going to be enlightened. More and more people are going to be further enlightened, Spirit says. And if you think you're going to be at the same place at the end of the year than you are now, you are going to be surprisingly happy because you're going to be catapulted. All kinds of things are going to change this year. And Spirit said this a couple weeks ago, maybe every week. I'm not sure. I lose track of time. It's going to be an amazing 2022. COVID will start to wane, guys. I'm telling you. Wear your masks, please. Double mask, whatever you got to do if you're going to go outside with all the crazy people. Yeah, just as protection for yourself. But understanding that summer is going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Jupiter is in Pisces. And my God, abundance all around. You may get the call to the place you want to live. You might get the job, you may get the money, you may get the house, you may get the ocean, you may get anything. Everything that you have put into your existence, Spirit says, possibly can come true in that short amount of 3.5 months. Because when we are, I know, hang on, Spirit. Okay, he's going to stop me there. Because there's so much stuff that is already in your vortex, that is already there for you to receive, that until this time, you were blocking it by not believing, by not understanding, by not allowing yourself to receive it because you thought you were unworthy, it's never going to happen, it's bullshit, all that stuff is hooey. It's not true. As you are raising that vibration, that frequency in this time period, right? With all the things I've talked about today so far, your vibration is going to rise. If you're doing the energy blast with Tammy, every other Monday at 1:11, the free ones, if you're doing those, you just got a jackpot. Because that not only just blasts the stuff out of your, whatever you want, you set that intention in your head, you look at it, you hold it, and then boom, she does her thing. And she may talk a lot, right? Because she's Chatty Cathy. But I'm okay with that because I can block that out because I want this that is there. I want healing. I want money. I want my house. I want, right? I want Maui. I want a deeper connection to spirit. All those things. You work at one thing at a time with the energy blast. So if you're not doing that, the spiritual playground. If you want an invitation, send me a text. 248-310-7689. Okay? So that's just another tool in your toolbox, right? It's just another tool. But you've got to do the energy blast because it enhances you as a powerful human being. I've never seen anything before. It never worked like that for me until now because I was in the right place, right time, right? That's what counts. We're in the right place at the right time. You are in this place, in this time, to be moved forward in a matter of 12 months. In a remarkable fashion, Spirit says. You just have to believe and understand and get the fear out of the way. Because fear is going to be there to absolutely sabotage you if you let it. It probably won't be allowed, but cover all your bases. When we go into this full-fledged energy this year, remember, it's a place your soul has never been before. It's energy your soul's never been in before. So anything having to do with ego is going to try to keep you in 3D. Try to keep you back in who you used to be. As the universe takes your shirt, takes your arms, takes your neck, and kind of moves you forward, like, okay, dummy, we're going this way, not back there. Quit thinking about that stuff. It doesn't matter. You're not there anymore. You're here with me, with us, with your guides. And then guess what happens? Clairvoyancy and all this cool stuff that you never thought you'd be able to do, because all your stuff, all your baggage, all your hurt, all your pain, all your suffering from this lifetime and past lifetimes is starting to be diluted by the energy, Spirit says. Fascinating to me. It's fascinating. Understanding that there is no stopping it. Truly, there is no stopping it. He said, if you think you're going to be miserable up there, ego's lying to you, because it doesn't know what it is. It wants to make you think you're going to be miserable. Kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you feel kind of yucky, and you keep that narrative, and you get up out of bed and you get yourself whatever you do in the morning, and if you eat breakfast or not, right? And you're just grumpy and yucky, and well, guess what? Don't do that. That's all ego stuff. It's all ego stuff. I didn't sleep very good. I don't feel very well. I'm kind of grumpy. I'm blah. Negative, 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 negative. Keep that vibration down, baby. That's right. Ego's like, I still got it. I got him by the freaking ears. No. When you're in bed in the morning and you have to get out of bed in the morning, guess what? You set the narrative. I do it every morning. Today's gonna be a good day. However you're feeling now, because you just slept for 7 hours or 8 hours, your body has been in maybe constant motion all night. Because I move all the time. I have Bailey to worry about, which is a lot. Sometimes it's 2 times a night, sometimes it's 3 times a night. Wake up out of a deep sleep, have to take him outside, or he wants me to cover him up, or he wants something to eat. Well, guess what Daddy does? Daddy takes care of him. I get it. It's my job. See? But change the narrative in the morning so that your narrative throughout your day is at a higher vibration. It's at a higher frequency. And you'll watch what happens. Especially during Mercury retrograde. Okay? Now, that happens tomorrow. Mercury retrograde starts tomorrow, goes until February the 3rd. The awesome thing is, everybody, during that time, Jupiter's still in Pisces, still trying to expand and do its thing. Because right now, Mercury is in Aquarius, which is your future. That's why you got to kind of use the catapult to set your future and what you want to be. And by the end of the Mercury retrograde, it will be at 24 degrees Capricorn. So it's 5 degrees in to Capricorn, which is pretty deep. The cool thing is, though, kind of on a side note, anything from 24 degrees to 29 degrees in astrology is not heavy. It's not intense. It's not constricting. So us Capricorns are going to be pretty good. Everybody's going to be pretty good, because understanding Capricorn rules your structure. It rules your controlling. It rules your ego. It controls. So if it was further back into Capricorn, we'd all have a lot of stuff to take care of. But isn't it interesting that on the 16th, the day before the new moon, they're going to move us forward. New moon is new energy. Hi, Haley. Right? New moon is set your intention for the future for the next month. Mercury's kind of doing this retrograde thing, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of a pokey thing. But again, setting your intention for the day. How are you going to feel? How are you going to feel today? And if something frustrates you, as it will, maybe, maybe not. The higher your vibration, the less it bothers you, right? So maybe your phone messes up. Maybe your remote control messes up. Maybe your car goes, what the hell? Maybe you didn't get a fax or an email. Got to be extra cautious. Don't sign anything big like a house. Don't buy a car. I changed a bunch of things yesterday for my for my business. I was going to put into place this month, but now it's going to be after that, maybe the 1st of March. Because anything that you plan on changing at the moment when it comes to business or family, like don't get a divorce. Don't look for divorces. Don't do that because it will go absolutely nowhere. You'll get tons of blowback. Hi, Teresa. Right? This is about our future. This is about us. This is about us setting our intention, about us allowing them and the universe to catapult us forward. The key is allow. We can fight it all we want to fight it. Who wants to fight it? Get that stuff under control. Let it go. Because can you imagine, I know, Spirit. He said, can you imagine being in a paradise? Hey, Rochelle. We don't understand what that looks like because we've never been there before. That's what's so cool. Now, is it going to be everybody's going to be in the same paradise? No. Because they're all the different stages of our transformation. And we have to understand that, everybody, right? Is it lonely? Yes, it's lonely. It sucks. But I find comfort in my loneliness now because the outside world is crazy and a little nuts. It truly is. So understanding that when you're in the place of a higher vibration with your children, with your pets, with your spouse, whatever it might be. Hi, Rebecca. That's what it's all about. The things that used to bother us don't bother us anymore. Why? Because we're at a higher frequency and at a better place, in better energy. We're seeing clearer. We are thinking clearer. Why? Because a lot of our stuff is gone. But that can also be scary. It can freak a lot of people out. Oh my God, I need to be grounded. No, you don't. That's third dimensional. Spirit told me this about a month ago. Believing that you had to be grounded into the core of the earth, that's okay if you're going to be on earth for the rest of your life. No one is. Vibrations up here. So if you need the feeling of attachment, Spirit says, just put your roots down, in the ground like an oak tree, like a maple tree. Hell, do it like a palm tree. Their surface. Because the deeper down you go, the more third dimensional you are, Spirit says. And some people don't believe that. They have reputed that and things like that. Fine. But I go by what I've been told, by what I channel for people. Hi, Amanda. That's what it's all about. Because once you get used to being up here, as I am now, 2021 was like, okay, what the hell? I'm like floating like a freaking hot air balloon. This is crazy. Oh my God, I've got to ground myself. And she would say, no, don't ground yourself. I'm like, okay, fine. But I feel like I'm floating. Exactly. Because you're supposed to be floating because you're up here now. It's a very strange thing with all of us because we're used to being grounded, heavy, attached. It's not who we're going to be in the future. We'll live on earth in this earth energy that is beautiful and wonderful. And sometimes it's hard for a lot of people to think about it like that because they're so down here. But for me, I didn't even think about that. I just think about the fact that I am in a great place. I know where I'm going. I'm floating. I'm doing my work. I'm making people happy. I'm channeling, giving people guidance, doing the things I'm supposed to do this lifetime in this job. Because I did the same thing in retail footwear. Only I was selling shoes and making people happy. I mean, not just selling them, but instructing people on shoes and things like that. Being the teacher. Having the best trained staff in the companies that I worked in. Because it all came from them. Me not knowing it. Yeah. So as we move forward, we have to make sure that we don't get fearful. That we that we understand that we're not supposed to be deeply grounded into the planet. The planet's going to protect us. We're going to be on the planet. We don't need to anymore. That's more for us than it is for our spirituality. It's more for us than it is about being connected and absorbing that energy from the planet and having it go through us, because we're getting it anyway. And there's many, many times in the day where I feel my crown chakra beaming and connecting to the universe. I don't feel me beaming out of my feet into the ground. I'm tethered through here. So do I feel like I'm like Rapunzel up in the tower, right? The story with all that longer hair, and I'm being buoyed. Yes. Hair's up there, they got hold of it, and I'm just kind of doing my thing as I'm floating around. See? So as you start to feel it, understand it. You're fine. You're fine. And if a friend's already going through it and you're not, don't worry. Hey, Karen, don't worry. It's coming. Understanding, guys, right? Everybody's at a different level. And some are extremely good at it because that's their destiny. They don't have to really struggle at it. Just kind of feels natural to them. That's in their soul journey. Some people will struggle than others. Soul journey. Learning how to let go. Learning how to just cast it off. Not worry about it. Stop living in fear. Stop thinking. And I'm going to use this from a reading because Rita just brought it up. Stop wanting a roadmap. There's no such thing as a roadmap. There's not. You don't need a roadmap. I know. Left side of my head just lit up again. We don't need a roadmap. We have this now. I don't need to look at a roadmap. I just do the Google Maps and it gets me where I got to go, right? How things change. How things change. Our food has changed. Our medicine has changed. Everything has changed. Understanding also, right, that as we move forward into fourth and fifth dimensional energy, that you'll eat different foods. You'll drink different things. Because all of a sudden, you don't need that food you've been eating for 20 years, 30 years, 2 centuries, let's say, whatever, right? Goes back how long? You don't need it anymore. Now you're craving this. Now you're craving that. Now you're craving this. Now you're craving that. I'm craving more water. I'm craving more greens. I'm craving less meat. Or maybe you're craving meat. Because you got to go through that period, right? Of understanding, okay, I've got to get in there, I've got to do my thing, and eventually, like, oh my God, I can't do that anymore. It just doesn't work for me anymore. Because it's not moving, right? It's not doing what it's supposed to do, and it's not feeling like I liked before. So as those things start to change, guys, note them. Like, oh my God, everything is so cool. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like this. All of a sudden, I don't want milk anymore. Or I don't want meat anymore. Or I don't want broccoli anymore. Who knows? None of us know. That's what's so cool, is that none of us know what that is. And that is freaking cool as hell. Some people, it can scare them. It can truly scare them. They're like, well, Bill, I don't really know. I think I need a roadmap. I need to make sure that... You don't need to make sure of anything. You don't need to make sure of anything. All you need to make sure of is that you are prepared spiritually for them to lift you up and move you forward. Chimes. I'm telling you, that's all you need. And the trust factor is huge. It's huge. But we have to teach ourselves to trust that. They're always there. They're always going to take care of you. I talk to people sometimes like, well, Bill, how do you know? I just know because I trust. I believe it. Some of the things they've saved me from, trust me, they're good. but remembering the way that you got out of trouble when you were younger. Or not, because you had to learn a lesson. Never did that again, did you? All the times they brought you what you wanted. It was in your manifestation that you didn't even ask for, because they're following your soul journey on who you're supposed to be. Think of all the stuff, the good stuff that you've received in your lifetime. Everybody has something. Some more than just one thing, usually. Me, I've been extremely blessed. I wrote the right contract. Has my life been hard? Oh, it ain't been easy. Again, the whole skinny little gay boy from Jackson, right? 60s and 70s was not a great opportunity for me to grow. With a voice in my head. So that's why sometimes you have to look back at that and laugh. Man, I didn't make the right choice with anybody. I guess I did, because look who I am now. Good or bad? Can I still be a jerk? Oh, trust me, I can be a jerk. I got the jerk gene, big time. My sister did, my brother did, my mother did. Yeah. Runs rampantly through our family. Comes out when I'm not expecting it to, when I'm not conscious. It's okay. I've forgiven myself for that. Lee, not so much. He's learned not to say anything, though. He's learned that that's who I am. I can still be a jerk. Especially when someone's not getting what they deserve, including myself. It's okay to be like that. It's okay to take care of you. Now, does it have to be as harsh as it can be sometimes for me? No. And I believe that will change as I move forward. At least I know what it is. But on the other side, life's pretty good. And I'm so excited about 2022 and beyond that I'm like, okay, I'm 62, probably got 30 years on the planet, I think, maybe, right? They won't tell me, of course. Like, that's a pretty great time of being at this starting point right here of 2022 and where we're going to be in 8 years. I can't just imagine how wonderful it is, how fabulous, how the energy's different, how we're different, how we feel love and support and balance. All the things we've never had in our lifetimes, right? We've never had a consistent of any of that. A lot of our challenges will be allowing the manifestation, allowing to receive, understanding that you deserve it. So many people don't believe they deserve. Well, I'd rather it go to children in Nigeria. No, they're getting theirs. They're good. They chose that journey. Okay, then let's just send it to Afghanistan. Okay, they chose that journey too. This is about you. Well, I don't really think. Well, you got to change that thinking. Got to change that thinking. It's going to come anyway. Eventually. I'd rather have it sooner than later. For sure. Especially as we go out of the last 2 years, which have been constrictive and shut down and non-moving and the worst that I've ever had it. I mean, the way that I felt, like, oh my God, we've never been locked down before. But thank God we were, because less people died. And had COVID wanes into 2022 and 23, it'd be like the flu. Where's it going now? But that's because if you are vaccinated, congratulations, boosted, congratulations. We're all sustaining, Spirit says. And the people that are not, okay, understand. Some people are chosen to move forward without that. I'm not one of them. I'm led by what they tell me to do, and I do it. I've learned that. If I don't, there's consequences. So Shelley says, when should we feel this change? In the next 30 days. Probably before. Because as The big boost happens on the 16th, which is Sunday, 2 days after Mercury goes retrograde, starting to slide backwards through Aquarius, right? The big push. The sun is on top of Pluto, and they conjoin each other. The sun is alive, is life and warmth and sustaining everything. Pluto is a deconstructive change agent that has completely deconstructed my life while I've been in Capricorn since 2008. And that force right there is going to just bust everybody's past behind them and catapult them forward because they're not heavy anymore. To a place, Shelley, where there is no ego, there is no anything negative, anything from third dimensional human being. And I will tell you that a lot of people want to go back. I don't want to be. Well, guess what? You'll get used to it. And the ones that do fight it, as this person, this new astrologer that I found, and Spirit has confirmed that, again, there's the people at the top, the people who are ready, the people who are spiritually connected. They're living they've gone through and gotten rid of their stuff. They do all the good things to make themselves more buoyant. Then there's the ones in the middle who will kind of react in fear, but they'll go anyway because they know they're supposed to. Then there's the ones at the bottom, who will fight it. Tooth and nail. I'm not changing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. Screw this change. I'm not changing. Okay. As we ascend, they do not. And they wonder what the hell. And we know who some of those people are already because of 2020. So I got that information from Spirit in 2020, that's who those people are. So I look forward to Sunday. Do your dreaming somewhat now. Decide who you want to be. If you don't know, trust. Say, okay, Spirit, I'm trusting you. You're going to take me exactly where I need to go, but I think I'd like to be this. All-knowing. Helping people out. Kimberly says, how long can your list be? Well, one thing. Who do you want to be? One thing. Who do you want to be in the future? Do you want to be extremely abundant? Do you want to be, in Kimberly's case, do you want to be the #1 realtor in Illinois, in Chicago? I want to be the guru at my house in Maui, in Kihei, Maui, and talk to people and talk to the Lemurians and talk to other beings and just kind of like be in that space of energy, which is uplifting and universal. And yeah, I'm ready to be that person. And other times I don't want to be that person. Other times I'm like, no, you know what? I think I'm good. Those times when I'm kind of in fear. Or disappointment, which is fear. Yeah. But understanding too, guys, and we'll talk about this again next week, Thursday at 3, is as we get closer to February the 1st, plan. Put that, what you want in your head. If you want $1 billion, put the $1 billion in your head. If you want to win the lottery, $500 million, like the two people that won it last week, do it, right? If you want a house, if you want to live in Tahiti, if you want to live in Bora Bora, if you want to live in England, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just dream it and absolutely just plant it in your mind. And as that starts to happen, after February the 1st, when Jupiter is truly in Pisces, its home planet, and is abundant, and stuff is manifesting like crazy. If it's not manifesting like crazy, it's coming. Maybe it's something big. Or maybe it's still far back in your vortex and you still have to wait for it to manifest. That'll be good. Believe, Spirit says. You have to believe, you have to trust. You have to allow. Have to trust, believe, and allow. Okay? So that hour went fast. If anybody needs anything, 248-310-7689. Okay? Send me a text. I'm always around. I will gladly help you. If you have questions, if you don't know what to do, if you're frazzled or you're happy and you want to say something, I'm also in the process of starting a private Coaching for the Soul group on Facebook. All right, and that's going to be where we can just kind of like hang out and chill and post stuff we want to know about and blah 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 and kind of be a community. I'm definitely going to do that probably sometime this month. All right. And I will send invitations to people. And I'm redoing the element packages to everybody. So everybody who's on them now, they will stay the same. All right, stay the same. Nothing will change. Only you'll get the benefits without having to pay the higher fee. But anybody in the future, Spirit keeps telling me that I need to raise prices on things because I'm not down here anymore. I'm more up here. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you need to think like that. Say, there you go. Yeah. So everything's going to be good, everybody. I'll see you next week for Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. Namaste. Thank you very much. And enjoy the weekend. See you.